Hello, my name is Steve Curran, and I'm a local yacht broker here in Long Beach and Marina Del Rey. And it's my pleasure today to introduce you to a wonderful boat, Star. Star is owned by a very, very close friend of mine, Steve Hathaway, and Stephanie Hathaway. This is the stern of the Jeanneau Sun Odyssey. Notice how wide it is. Notice the teak. Notice the twin helms in the background. This walk-through transom is critical. Makes it very simple to get and easy and safe to get on and off the boat, and also makes it easy to recover someone. Notice on the bow where you have a nice windlass, and right laying parallel to the mast, up and down the mast, is a spinnaker pole, well attached to the mast. You've got a good stout rig with that is a fractional rig. A fractional rig with swept back spreaders is a much more sophisticated, good rig. The boat also has a asymmetrical spinnaker and the bow arrangement that extends it well in front of the boat to get a lot of power off the wind. Again, it has good beam aft, which gives you more room aft and more form stability. In other words, it gives you stability without extra weight, which gives you size and space and performance. The cockpit is one of the nicest things on this boat. Notice the new canvas. It has both a Bimini and a Dodger. It has two wheels. So you have a wheel on both port and starboard side, which makes it better for sailing, easier to see the headsail going to weather, and it also gives you access through the cockpit from the transom, so you don't have to walk around a wheel. Notice this is real teak that's on the floor in the cabin top and in the back. Notice the good-sized table. And the other thing that's really nice on this boat is it has good-sized beam aft, which gives you a lot of room on the table. Very nice, usable cockpit. You've got a radar and chart plotter on the very back side of the table, so where you can see it easily from both sides. You've got two compasses. You've got Harkin self-tailing winches, including an electric winch. Electric winch is a very useful thing. Lots of instruments, a good, clean, tidy, professional cockpit. This is the main salon, big, open, roomy interior with good wood. In the aft starboard side is the galley with a 2-burner with oven propane stove, a microwave that's been replaced, a good refrigeration that's always worked and always had plenty of wine. This is the picture of the forward cabin. Nice, big, roomy interior. It's not a V-berth. It's a good amount of width, even at the bow section of the boat. Very comfortable. Notice the aft cabin and how spacious it is. It's a thwartship berth, which puts your head on the starboard side of the boat, and notice that there's plenty of room above your head. This boat is designed to have a sense of spaciousness in the back cabin, which is the master cabin. On the port side of the boat is a lot of storage. Storage is even accessible from the head too, and from the cockpit. Lots of place, and having a good place to store is very, very good, and keeps the boat tidy. One of the nice things about this boat is the head, and this 39-foot boat only has one head, which gives you almost the same interior space as a 42-foot boat with two heads, because a second head takes a lot of space. And it also gives you a big, roomy head. Note that this has a stall shower. It's entirely separate, and it has a storage area on the aft of the shower to put things away. Very functional, usable boat. This boat is powered with a Yanmar diesel, 3-cylinder, 35 horsepower. It's the Yanmar is the best engine that you can put on an auxiliary sailboat, in my opinion. I went to Hawaii on a boat with a Yanmar engine that had 5,000 hours on it, and my daughter came back on the same boat, and that tells you that I trusted that engine with 5,000 hours, and this has much less. good, strong marine diesel with high RPMs and good operation. I've known Steve Hathaway since we're both teenagers, and we're both in our 70s now. He's a dear friend, probably the closest thing I have to a brother. And Stephanie, too, is like a sister. We spend a lot of time together, sailing, cruising. Actually, we're involved in the management of one of the yachting events in the Olympics in 1984. He's a class act from a wonderful family. The family created the California Yacht Club. Steve ran the California Yacht Club for years. Their sense of detail and love of yachting, Stephanie's a big part of this, shows entirely through this boat.
He said, well, I've got one boat in Marina Del Rey I'd like to show you. It's a Jeanneau. And I said, I'm really not looking for a production boat. But since we're going back that way anyway, show us the boat. So, Steph and I liked the boat. I mean, it was a nice boat, and we couldn't think of anything wrong with it. And so we made an offer, and we named it Star. And we have enjoyed cruising, with the yacht club, all the yacht club cruises over the years. We've just really cruised it locally. We've been down to San Diego and always up to Santa Barbara. That's about the extent of except when we took it to Mexico for 90 days. We had fun down in Ensenada. But I'll never forget one trip. My parents met us in Avalon, and we decided, and we were headed around to the backside to Cat Harbor for, I think, a first mate's cruise. And we had my mom and dad on the boat, and we went around the east end, and it was blowing about 25 or 30 right on the nose, and we're motoring in with the main up, motoring up the coast, and water's coming over the bow, and we didn't have a Dodger at that time. My dad's sitting here, and typical Charlie Hathaway, with a big grin on his face, soaking wet, said, I haven't had this much fun since I was audited by the IRS. And